You're live with G. Who's with me? Hey guys, it's Tuesday. Tarot Tuesday with G. Who's with me? All right. I'm going to put everything in the chat for y'all. So bear with me a second if you're already here. Should be visible for you now. Hey Jenna. Hey PP. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. All right, so we are live from the altar with G on Tarot Tuesday. So who is with me? We got Jenna and PP so far. Thank you. So I got everything pinned for you guys in the chat. So let me know as everyone's getting settled where you're watching from tonight. And if you want to share your zodiac sign, whatever you feel comfortable with. And let me know, have you ever had an experience where a person, place, time, language, even a random little detail just felt like strangely familiar, almost like deja vu, and you had absolutely no reason for it to? Let me know, because tonight we're going down the past life rabbit hole. And I promise we're going to have some fun with it. So, what if the thing you keep repeating in this life didn't actually begin in this lifetime? The relationship pattern that you can't seem to break, the place you've never visited but somehow recognize, that fear you can't explain, the talent that seems to come naturally, the person you met for 5 minutes and somehow feel like you've known forever. So, what if some of those things are carrying a much older story? Tonight, we're going to explore past lives, reincarnation, soul memory, karmic patterns, and the Akashic records. I know it's a hot topic. And then we're going to take all of that and put it through tarot. Okay. So if you've ever wondered who you might have been, what you may have carried forward from a past life, or why certain people and experiences feel strangely familiar, then you've come to the right place. So, welcome back, my loves. Welcome if you're new to the sanctuary. Of course, I'm G, and this is Tarot Tuesday. So, we're going to do some teaching points first, then we're going to work with the charms. I will pull for the collective, and then we're going to open up for the free yes no questions, and then we'll get into the deeper personal readings if you guys feel called, okay? And if you're watching the replay, don't worry, there's plenty here for you too, because I don't want these lives to be nothing but just me answering questions from the chat, okay? I want there to be something that you can actually take away from the experience too. And as always, before we get into it, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Always use your own discernment. You are your own best guide. I'm sharing the truth Spirit has shown me and my own lived experiences, okay? What I share here is spiritual guidance, so no medical or legal questions, please. And for the free portion tonight, one yes no question, and I'll use the pendulum per person so we can keep it fair. Make sure it is a yes no question. If you want to explore something deeper, you have an open ended question, or you actually want a past life reading, then those are the tipped portion. My information's here on the card and also pinned in the chat for your convenience. So you can just click it, okay? And we're going to explore symbolism, patterns, impressions, and spiritual possibilities that come through, okay? So, first, a little bit about past lives, okay? Because there are a lot of common misconceptions, and I get a lot of questions about this stuff. The idea of reincarnation is actually not a modern or what they call now new age invention. So, beliefs involving reincarnation, rebirth, or the continuation of our consciousness after death have existed for thousands of years and appear in different forms across all kinds of different religions, philosophical traditions. The ancient Greek philosophers, including Plato, discussed ideas connected with the soul's return and previous incarnations. Okay, so this is nothing new. And in Hindu traditions, reincarnation is connected with samsara. the ongoing cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. And karma, which we've been talking about a lot lately too, plays a role in that cycle as well, with actions and consequences influencing our future existence. Even Buddhist traditions contain teachings about rebirth, although Buddhist concepts of rebirth are more complicated than the idea of a permanent soul simply jumping from one body into another. So we won't necessarily go through that specific rabbit hole, we'll go down that rabbit hole today, but I did want to touch on that. And then Jainism has a strong tradition of reincarnation and karma as well. Okay, so this is not just a new thing, this goes across many different traditions. All right. And there are also historical and contemporary indigenous traditions that contain concepts involving ancestors, spirits. You guys probably hear those words a lot. Continuity and forms of return or rebirth in different ways. So they're all extremely diverse. And I don't want to just like lump them all together, but they do all go under the idea of reincarnation. Okay. So when someone says that past lives are just a modern spiritual new age thing, that's actually historically inaccurate. So I just wanted to kind of debunk or whatever the term is, that common myth that I hear a lot. Okay. And the modern language around past lives, and the way that people talk about it might be more relatively new. But again, the underlying question is ancient. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just had a card attached to me somehow. And it was, and it's funny because we got this on Mediumship Monday last night, but it was a feminine energy. So we actually might have an ancestor here with us again tonight, you guys. I'm getting like grandmother vibes. So we'll get into that. It was just like somehow on my back. I don't know what happened. Thank you, Spirit. So, as I was saying, it's actually an ancient concept, okay? So, what happens to consciousness when the body dies? And can some aspect of our consciousness continue? Now, science has not really established reincarnation as a proven fact, as a lot goes with science, right? But there have actually been researchers who have investigated reported past life memories, really a lot of cases involving young children who spontaneously describe previous lives in great detail. Have you guys seen any of those documentaries? They're all over like Netflix and YouTube. If not, you should check them out. They are incredible. There are several that I've watched, and it's just mind blowing that how much these children remember and specific details, things that there's like no way they would have known. Um, so, anywho, but one of the best known researchers was a psychiatrist, Ian Stevenson. And he spent decades documenting children's reports of their past lives, investigated whether their details could be, verified somehow. And later, his work continued through other researchers associated with the University of Virginia, and they actually have a whole division of perceptual studies. So very interesting if you guys want to check that out. Just so it's not, you don't think it's a bunch of spiritual woo. My candle just went out, so I'm just changing it real quick. All right. Interesting. Okay, we're back in business. Catch up in the chat real quick. Hi, Doodle. Welcome. All right, Doodle and Jenna have questions. I'll put you in the queue. Hey, Sandra from Brazil. Bienvenida. Yes, thank you, PP. Tap the screen, show your G some love. If you're just joining, feel free to let me know where you're joining from. We do have a queue going. for the free yes no questions. So looks like we got Doodle. Just jotting them down because I don't want them to get lost in the chat. Okay. Doodle and Jenna. All right. Okay, so back to it. What was I saying? Yes, the University of Virginia. So, what do we mean when we say a past life or past lives? Because you can have multiple. So, when we talk about a past life or past lives, people are generally talking about the idea that some aspect of our consciousness or soul, spirit, however you want to word it, existed in another lifetime before this one. Okay, so depending on the spiritual tradition, that can mean different things for different people. You know, some people believe the soul deliberately chooses circumstances before incarnation. Some believe we reincarnate to learn particular lessons. Some believe that certain relationships repeat across lifetimes. Some believe trauma, vows, attachments, unfinished experiences carry forward. Okay. And some people see past life material more symbolically, kind of a way of understanding patterns that exist in the present than they do specific roles in past lifetimes. Okay, so they're different frameworks, and you don't have to believe exactly the same thing that I do in order for us to explore the topic. Okay, so I just want you guys to know that you don't have to believe exactly what I believe to get something out of this. Um, but the true spirit has shown me is that all of that is true. Okay, so our soul does deliberately choose circumstances before incarnation. Okay, so you have soul contracts. I know me personally, for example, I chose a lot of, I like to challenge myself, so I pre-chose a lot of different challenging situations, and one of the biggest challenges that we give ourselves is remembrance. Okay. Um, and I am going to have a book coming out about this. So stay tuned. Okay. But a huge part of it is us remembering who we truly are at the core, and coming back to ourselves and coming back to spirit and source. Okay. Source being the creator, and spirit being what a lot of people refer to as God. Okay. Um, and so, my point being is that we choose to forget to see if we can remember again. I know that sounds absolutely crazy, but we'll get into it more in the book, okay? But, I do have videos on that as well. But so we do choose beforehand, and we do it to learn particular lessons. We have relationships like twin flames and soulmates that repeat across lifetimes. And trauma, vows, and attachments can follow us through lifetimes as well. Okay. So, um, another misconception that I get a lot, or that I hear a lot, is that if you have a past life, then you should be able to identify yourself as like some famous historical figure. Well, obviously, not everyone could be the same famous historical figure, right? That would be like if, you know, we all pass and another generation comes and like they all believed that they were, I don't know. I'm trying to think of someone famous. Nobody's who's we'll say Michelle Obama. Okay. Everybody wants to be Michelle Obama. You know, everyone wants to be Cleopatra. Everyone wants to be, you know, so that's not how it works, right? That's impossible. So someone had to be the person growing the wheat. Someone had to be, you know, it's just like today, you know, there are people of all different walks, okay? So, and they're not always traumatic, okay? So they don't have to be that either. But we do explore those things because we carry trauma forward if we haven't resolved it, okay? So we're going to keep experiencing the same patterns until we heal it from lifetime to lifetime. Almost if you guys, and some of you may be too young to even know this movie, but the movie Groundhog Day, okay, where he keeps repeating the same day over and over again until he gets it right. It's a similar concept, okay? That's kind of dumbed down, but yeah. So people might explore past life connections involving relationships. That's probably the biggest one that I get. Skills, creativity, cultures, different occupations. Some have been male in some lives, female in others, different races. Okay. You might be, I've had people come to me that were a slave in one life, a slave owner in another, an executioner in one life, were executed in another, just all kinds of different things because we are meant to explore different things, okay? And each one carries its own lesson. So that's important too. And another misconception is that it's supposed to give you like this perfect biography of everything. And it very much can give you a very detailed picture, but that's going very deep. And most people just scratch the surface. So obviously, that's more than what we're going to do today on our live. But so I'm more interested in the pattern, what keeps showing up for you, what feels familiar, what you're carrying, what you're repeating. And most importantly, what can you do with that now? How can this help you? Right? That's kind of the point of it. Because even if you believe something happened in another lifetime, you're living this one here now, right? So this is a lifetime where you get to make different choices. So, why do some people feel familiar to us? Let me know in the chat if you guys have ever felt that before. You meet someone and you're just like, man, I feel like I've met them before or I've known them forever. Or you just feel a pull towards them. This has happened to me, okay? And this is one of those things that people associate most strongly with past lives, okay? The love connection or chemistry. So you meet someone, it doesn't have to be romantic, but that's usually, what I hear. But sometimes you just meet somebody and there's this just an immediate sense of familiarity or comfort, right? Or maybe you visit a place you've been and something about it, you're like, I've been here before, but you haven't in this lifetime. You haven't. Or something about it feels like home. Or you might hear a language you've never studied and something about that just clicks. Okay. It might be a language you spoke in a past life. And yes, you can be from a completely different country in a past life, speak different language. It's a lot of people in the spiritual community believe that that's why some people are better with foreign languages than others because you've already, spoken them before. Anywho, so you encounter a historical period, a piece of music, object, anything like that, and it's like inexplicable. Okay. You might even have an emotional reaction to it. There are many possible explanations for experiences like this: memory, association, psychology, all kinds of things. And past lives are one of those as well. Okay. So the interesting part isn't that we're not trying to scientifically prove it, okay? It's what you feel, it's what you experience. So let's talk about the Akashic records, okay? Because this is huge. And if you guys haven't heard of it, you haven't seen it, that's why I want to explain it a little bit, but it's a very hot topic, okay? And we're not talking about it because it's a hot topic, but because it's important. Um, this is where past lives and soul history often overlap in modern spiritual practice. Okay. So the word Akashic comes from Akasha, and that's a Sanskrit term traditionally associated with concepts like space, the ether, a subtle element. Okay. And the modern concept of the Akashic records is kind of a metaphysical archive, so to speak, containing information about souls, their experiences, thoughts, events, and how they develop over lifetimes. Okay. So, kind of in the 19th century, early 20th centuries, it played a big role in making this a popular idea. They kind of call it like a cosmic storehouse of information. Many people in the community have experienced, either in a dream state or otherwise, also during meditation, that they are brought before this huge, and the only way they can really describe it is kind of like a huge screen, but there's no screen. Okay. And you're kind of shown your life, your lives, who you've been, mistakes you've made, etc. Okay. And a lot of different practitioners have developed their own interpretations and methods for accessing the records. I have accessed them myself, and I teach people how to do that as well. So if it's something you're interested in, sanctuary444.com, or you can email me. Everything is on my channel, in my bio. But again, the ancient Sanskrit concept of Akasha has a much older history. Okay. So we're talking all about ancient things. This isn't new age concepts. And that's a very large misconception. Okay. So, what are they supposed to contain? Like I said, people have different ideas, but for the most part, we believe that they contain information about your past lives, your current circumstances, your soul lessons and contracts. A soul contract is something that you agreed to before you incarnated in this lifetime and each lifetime, of different experiences that you wanted to have, different lessons you wanted to learn, different relationships you were going to have. Okay. So you go in knowing certain things, not necessarily everything, because free will exists and otherwise, if you knew everything and remembered everything, there would be really nothing to learn, right? Um, so yeah, different possible paths, okay? And you can see it as a literal kind of library or a field of consciousness. Like I said, that kind of varies. So you'll find different approaches to it. There's not necessarily one universally accepted method, okay, or scientifically, verified database sitting somewhere, okay. It's like I said, it's metaphysical. Um, so yeah, and how I approach it is when I work with the Akashic records. I'm not a fortune teller. I really don't even like that term. I'm looking for information that might help illuminate your patterns. Why does this keep happening? What am I carrying that's not serving me? What is this relationship teaching me? What patterns am I ready to break? What energy am I bringing forward? What am I being asked to understand in this lifetime? And sometimes the most vulnerable answers aren't the dramatic revelations. Of course, a lot of times it is, but sometimes it's just confirmation of something that you already felt or already knew you weren't ready to acknowledge, or you receive confirmation and it kind of explains different patterns. You just have like a sudden aha moment of everything falling into place. I know that was the case for me. I had a lot of aha moments when I was able to access my records. Okay. So personally, I know I have lived several lives. Okay. Several lives. I have come to Earth many times. I have also lived in other areas. And as insane as some of you might think that sounds, if you know, you know. And again, if you'd like to explore yours and know, maybe where you originated from, who you were in past lives, what you may be carrying, definitely look into that. Okay. So, enough talk. Let's get into our charms. Okay. We're going to pull some charms and then we're going to get into the collective poll. And I'm going to go into your questions. I do have the queue so far, Doodle and Jenna. All right. So I did not forget about you. If you're just joining in the chat, feel free to say, hey, let me know where you're joining from, your zodiac sign for kicks and giggles if you feel comfortable. We are doing free yes no polls. And if you want to go beyond that, if you want to talk about your past life or lives, or you want to ask additional questions, then my information, you can buy me a coffee and we'll do that. The information's pinned in the chat for your convenience. It's also on the card on the screen. Ooh, we got a lot of letters today. We got A, E, plus K. Interesting. AE plus K. That has to resonate for someone. These could be initials. Yeah, let me know if that resonates for you. That you guys don't even need my interpretation for that because they are Letters. Very interesting. This could be someone that keeps appearing for you, maybe your initials, and they could go in any order. So you have A, E, and K in any order. All right. So let's see what the cards want to show us. We have tarot and then my own clarifiers and, of course, our past life decks. Hello. And let's see what comes out for the collective. Hi, Sandy. Canada. Nice. Yes, a book, Jenna. Hi, confused. Confused baby turtles. Oh my gosh, I love your handle. Confused baby turtle. I'll put you in the queue, confused. Yes, Jenna, a book. Yeah, I actually have a few that I've been working on for a long time. Um, but specifically, I have one of like all of my spiritual journey and everything that spirit has shown me, and because somebody needs to hear this clearly. For those of you who don't know, if you've been following me, you know this, but so I grew up um, as a believer, but not necessarily going to church or anything all the time. My Nana was the one who kind of instilled that into me, my grandmother. And my mother was of Catholic background, but non practicing, and my father was Southern Baptist, non practicing. Um, and my grandmother was Southern Baptist. And she very much practiced, but like I said, not like in the church. And so I grew up with that. And I grew up with spirituality just because that's who I am, at the core. So I always had, these experiences since I was little. Um, but I didn't really start to form things until I got older. Anywho, so as like a young kid, I mean, even at like 10, I want to say, I was asking, neighbors, like, what church do you go to? Da, da, da. And like, we had a lady, I would help her out at her home, an elderly lady in the neighborhood, and she would take me to her church and just different things. So I explored from a young age different religions, Christianity, um, the Mormon faith, just all different, different denominations of the Christian faith. So I've read the Bible multiple times, and as an adult, converted to Catholicism, so Catholic, and actually got baptized. Went through all of that, and then I realized after confirmation for my fur baby, afterwards, that it wasn't for me. So currently, I do not subscribe to any organized religion. Okay. So it's been quite the journey. I believe that there's truth, there's some truth to be found in every religion. And I consider myself spiritual, and omnist would probably be the closest thing. But anywho, so the book kind of explores all of that, but also the different truths that have been shown to me and kind of how other people can come to that as well, how they can remember who they are, who they really are at the core. So speaking of that, we got misused gifts, okay, for the collective. Let's see what we get from the other deck. Remember, we're doing the past life lens. So sometimes we'll get a pattern, sometimes we get a location, a feeling. Okay, yeah, see, we got warrior, soldier, Japan, and orphan. Interesting. So someone lived in Japan in a past life, was orphaned, and they were a warrior or soldier. Now, this could be all in one life, or this could be multiple lives, okay? And then we got misused gifts. So someone here was highly gifted. This could be spiritually, artistically, intellectually, okay? But you used your power to manipulate or control other people. And this life is offering you redemption at that, okay? Remember how I said that people can play different roles, okay? And although you might not want to think that of yourself, it's very possible many of us have played different roles, okay? So even though I would hate to think, oh my gosh, maybe I was royalty and I was like not nice to people or whatever, um, that's kind of how it goes. Even if you're the complete opposite in this life, that a lot of times that's how that happens. Okay, so in a past life you used your power for not so good purposes, and this life is giving you redemption. Okay, so spirit's saying choose to wield your gifts with your heart and not an agenda this time. Okay, interesting. And don't forget we did get this like grandmother energy that's with us too. Okay, so I'm going to open up now to the free yes no questions. We do have a few already in the queue. So if you have a question, remember no medical or legal. Make sure it is a yes no question. Go ahead and put it in the chat. We got a little queue going. And then, like I said, if you want to skip the line, if you want a past life reading, um, or if you want to ask another question or a follow-up question after your free question, then you can just buy me a coffee and we will get into it with the cards. And we do have our tarot deck here as well. All right, sir. So first we had Doodle. No, Jen, I think I can see it. So Doodle, does Allie want to get back with Emma? Let's ask our pendulums. We did get that. We got A and E. You're asking about Allie and Emma. And then there's a K here, AE plus K. Interesting. I just caught that. Okay. I don't know if you caught that, Doodle, but. Okay, so does Allie want to get back with Emma Spirit? Does Allie want to get back with Emma Spirit? It's going a little circle now. Does Allie want to get back with Emma Spirit? Okay, so that was a no. However, and remember, guys, I'm the messenger. So I don't guarantee you. I'm not going to tell you just what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. And I never make anything up. Okay. So, Doodle, the answer is no, but it did go around and around before it came to the no. So, this may have been an off and on thing, or maybe you guys are kind of going back and forth a lot, but in the end, it was a no. Okay. All right. And then Jenna, Zach, travel. So we'll say Arjuna. And why does this question sound familiar? Did you ask me this or did Yagi? I don't know, but that sounds familiar. Okay, Arjuna and Zach gonna be taking a trip. We're gonna say in the winter. Arjuna and Zach taking a trip this winter, Spirit. It's a very light no, Jenna, but I'm getting that it's going to be, I'm hearing postponed, and I don't know if, like, I don't know if it's going to be postponed like later or if it's going to happen sooner, but I'm getting like warmer. So you might not go during the winter. Okay. Okay. And then confused. Does Sahil truly love Priyanka? Let's see. Dang, I had two mediumship cards just fall out. So we'll talk about those after. Okay. Does Sahil truly love Priyanka? So does Sahil love Priyanka, spirit? Whoa. Does Sahil love Priyanka, spirit? Not a whole lot of movement just yet. Possibly. Yeah, it's a strong possibly now. This may be, it's also pointing to Sunday. Um, this might be a strong like, is what I'm getting confused. Maybe it's not quite love yet, but we got possibly, very strong possibly, and then it was also pointing towards Sunday, so that might resonate for you somehow. Hi, Bianca. Welcome. Oh, Bianca, if you want to reword to, oh, okay. Sounds good. Does Ryan still have romantic feelings? Okay, Bianca and Ryan. Let's see. Does Ryan still have romantic feelings for Bianca? Does Ryan still have romantic feelings for Bianca, spirit? It's also going to possibly. There's something about this connection here, Bianca. I'm hearing like secretive. I don't know what's going on there that might resonate with you somehow. I don't know if someone was keeping someone a secret, or maybe you guys were like not quite public. I'm not sure what that is, but there's something there. It does say possibly. Hey, Dylan. Welcome. Yes. So that's what I was saying. You know how they say like our I'm trying to think of the exact saying. I hate when I have like brain freezes like this. They say like our circle around the sun for like our birthday, or like when someone turns a certain age, this is like their 30th circle around the, people say that. So that's kind of what I was getting when it was like circling around the sun. So it's something like centered around your birthday. I don't know if that means like by your next birthday. There's something there though about a circle around the sun. So maybe this time next year, because I think you were kind of wanting a time frame. Oh, that's funny, Jenna. You're trying to go to a warm place. You're welcome. That makes sense then. Hi, Starry. Welcome. Will Joseph love and commit to me in this life? Okay. Oh, Dylan, did you want me to pendulum that, or were you just asking me? I thought that you were just asking me. So, you can still ask a yes no if you want, Dylan. Um. So, Starry, Joseph love and commit in this life. Funny, I got we got the J in our mediumship reading last night. So will Joseph love and commit to you in this life? Hi, Anshika, welcome. Well, your ex, okay, Anshika, got you in the queue too. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing. Oh, Bianca, that makes sense. He ghosted you a lot. Okay, I was picking up on something like. Oh, Bianca, that sucks. I'm sorry. Oh, Dylan. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, Dylan, I'll put you on the queue too. We'll ask by your birthday. You're welcome, Bianca. Okay. So, Starry is next. Will Joseph love and continue in this lifetime? It was love and commitment. Love and commit. Yeah. Okay. So will Joseph love and commit to Starry in this lifetime, Spirit? Yes, it's already pointing towards yes. Yeah, it's a strong yes. It also keeps touching on the Cancer sign. I don't know if one of you is Cancer, has Cancer in your chart. Okay, so Starry, yes, Joseph will love and commit to you in this lifetime. Okay, and she goes next. Will your ex? Oh, does your ex still? Oh, no contact. I'm sorry, that's rough. Does your ex Saranch still value and care for you? Okay. Does Anshika's ex Saranch still value and care for her spirit? even through no. Yes, I'm getting yes, Anshika, but I'm also hearing that he doesn't want to change. Okay. So, yes, he still cares for you and values you, but that might not be enough for you. Okay. And the next is Dylan. So, will Dylan be in a romantic relationship by his birthday, Spirit? Yes. Okay, Dylan. So, yes, you'll be in a romantic relationship by your birthday. So, that is what we were picking up on yesterday. That makes sense, Bianca. No problem. Starry, no cancer. Maybe during something significant during cancer season, which we just went through. So we're in Leo season now. You're welcome, Saraj. Okay. I'm not exactly sure in what sense. If you want to go deeper into it, we can. Nice, Dylan. Congrats. I told you things were going to turn around. Yeah, and Chica, if you want to go deeper, if you want to ask more questions, we can. You just submit the tip, let me know on which platform you did, and we can pull more. In the meantime, these cards, y'all, fell out from the mediumship again. So this one was attached to me, remember? And then we got they're sorry, they see it now, and you'll feel them strongest at dawn. So that makes sense. Yeah, maybe you've been getting signs or feelings around that time of this grandmother energy. And there's something that they see now and they're sorry. Ooh, that just kind of hit my chest. Like there's a lot of emotion there. Let me know if that resonates with you. And if anyone else hasn't used their yes no question, feel free to put it in the chat. Hi, Centric. Centric Magic. Ooh, nice handle. Yes, you can. You get one free yes no question. And if you want to go deeper, you can. If you buy me a coffee, the links are all pinned there in the chat and also on my card here. Or if you want me to do a past life reading for you. Yeah, it wasn't like exceptionally strong in Chica, but it was a pretty strong yes. But what I was hearing is that he like yes to the love and value, but not enough to change, if that makes sense. Ooh. Oh, centric. I'm sorry that you even have to ask that question. Okay. Centric. You're welcome. Okay, so the person on Centric's mind. I picked up on that, Anshika. Recently cheated with someone married in the country. Did the person on Centric's mind cheat with someone who's married, Spirit? Whoa. Whoa. It was totally moving around there. So there's a lot here. Yes, Centric. It's a yes. Pretty strong yes there. It started jumping right away. And it's going between Monday and Thursday that might be significant for you. Yeah, and for Starry, I know I'm kind of going backwards. You said there was zero cancer. Like I said, that could be during cancer season, so June, July months. Okay. And so for you, Centric, it was touching on Monday and Thursday. It could be like a Monday through Thursday type thing. I don't know. And it was kind of pointing that direction too, towards, Cancer, June, July type energy. Very strong. Yes, it like started jumping around, which means there is a lot more to that. Okay. And let me know if any of you guys want to go deeper into that. Okay, so again, we got for the collective here the Japan, orphan, warrior, soldier, and misused gifts. Let's see what else comes up. Pull from the clarifier deck as well. West Coast could be significant. Summer, I was just saying June, July kept coming out. And South America. So something to do, summer could be the season or also a name or, different things. But somehow the West Coast and South America is significant to someone. What do you mean centric? Who's related? The readings or? And if you're enjoying tonight's live, guys, make sure you are subscribed and have your notifications on so you get it whenever I go live again. As those of you who have been here for a while know, I don't always schedule them. So see what else comes out here. We also got artist and karmic tie. So you may have been an artist in a past life, or you may have had a karmic tie with an artist. Okay. The person on your mind with a relative. Oh, that's very messy. Well, we asked if it was with someone married, and the answer was yes. Hi, twin. Welcome, welcome. Guys, if you're just joining, we are doing a past life theme tonight. So if you want a past life reading, we're doing that for tips, and the information is in the chat and also on my card here. We're also doing free yes no questions answered by our pendulum here. So one per person to keep things fair. And we are going to pull for the collective on tarot right now. Ooh, Ace of Pentacles, Earth energy, y'all. I feel like I said that loud. So yeah, Pentacles is Earth energies. Makes sense. They're holding the pentacle in their hand. Roots are growing downward. Very significant here. So Pentacles and diamonds, they're about money, work, value, manifestation. So love this. And Ace is all about raw opportunity, beginnings. Okay. So someone's got an opportunity here, a big opportunity for a new beginning that they are growing. Okay. And this has to do with money, work, value, maybe something you've been manifesting, trying to call in, okay? You're welcome, Centric. Okay, so we got Twin and PP with questions. So Twin is the person trying to betray you. Is this your current person, Twin? I just want to make sure I ask the right question. Let's see if there's true colors. Yes, claim it, PP. Awesome. I'll give you a little bit to answer that, Twin. Otherwise, I'm going to ask with that framework. That's what I'm guessing. That's your current person. Okay, we'll go with that. All right. So, is Twin's person trying to betray them, Spirit? And by the way, I'm sorry that you have to ask that, Twin, that you feel the need to ask them. Is Twin's current person trying to betray them? Yes. Yeah, that's a strong yes, Twin. I'm sorry. And I'm hearing secrets. Take care of yourself, Twin. Okay, PP, are people seeing your mother's true colors? Let's see. And let me know if you guys want to go deeper with any of this. You can also email me if you want more in private. Or like I said, you can go book it on sanctuary444.com, okay? Are people seeing PP's mother's true color, Spirit? That's a yes, PP. Strong, yes, PP. And I'm seeing something about patterns or cycles. Also touching on Monday and Thursday. As well as the Cancer sign. And let me see what other sign this was. Virgo. Yeah. No, that's not. It was touching on Cancer and Capricorn. My bad, not Virgo. Still Earth. Yeah, so it was touching on, and I know PP you are a Capricorn, so that makes sense. But it was touching, going between Monday and Thursday, and it's also hitting the Cancer sign, and then hitting the Capricorn sign. And the answer was yes, PP. They are seeing her true colors. You're welcome. I mean, if you guys have any other yes no questions for anyone who hasn't gone, or if you guys want to go any deeper. Otherwise, let's see what energy the collective is carrying from a past life in general that still needs healed, spirit. And for those of you who don't know, if you do want spiritual guidance or coaching, I'm also a certified spiritual life coach as well. Amongst other things, you guys can read my bio on the site, sanctuary444.com. But if you want G-Witch on retainer, so to speak, I do weekly sessions. So very much like therapy, only it's, spiritual. Where you can do different blocks if you just want to do it one time, weekly basis, 6-week block. So that's all on my site as well if you guys are interested in that. If you want to be able to, message me with questions as they come up, etc. Okay. All right. So we got 9, the Hermit. 9 is all about release and endings. So someone maybe has been in hermit mode, maybe feeling kind of isolated, but your isolation has brought you elevation. You see here, she looks like she's kind of floating, surrounded by light, and down beneath is a path. Okay, and there's a little lantern here too, kind of lighting the way. And that path is bringing us to the Page of Wands. So like she's kind of jumping for joy. Wands is very fire energy, action, passion. And then the 10 of Cups, which is all about emotional fulfillment. Okay, Cups is love, family, emotions. You see here all the different colors. There's a couple here sitting watching children at play. So what this means is your isolation has brought you elevation to a point of joy, working in your passion, and complete fulfillment. Beautiful. This is beautiful. So I think whoever this is, maybe you've been a little hard on yourself about this isolation, about the hermit mode, maybe feeling like you should be making more connections or you should be doing more. And this is something you're carrying from past life energy. And this could also be like survival mode, hustle mentality programming as well that you need to heal. As that was the question, is what do we need to heal? And it's, don't mistake this isolation, for a negative thing. It has brought you tremendous growth, tremendous elevation. Okay. And that's what happens sometimes when you feel forced. We always have choices, right? Even if all the choices seem to suck. But may have forced you inward, okay, to do that work. And if you haven't done it yet, that's what it's about. That is why you're being put in isolation. You are supposed to be, I don't like the word supposed, but supposed to be doing the work, healing, using that time to work on yourself. Okay. So someone needed to hear that. You're welcome, twin. I know. Yes, exactly. It's not to instill fear, it's for your own awareness and protection and your highest good always. That's okay, no worries. I know it helps. Thank you so much, Twin. I appreciate it and welcome. Hi, Gray. Welcome. If you have a yes no question, we're doing free yes no questions in the chat. Otherwise, if you want to go deeper, past life reading, or ask an open ended question, then you can buy me a coffee and let me know on which platform, and we will get into that. It's pinned in the chat and here on my card as well. Hi, Heidi. Welcome. Yeah, let me know if you guys have a yes no question in the chat or if you're wanting to go deeper. I'm actually going to pull from this deck here for the collective in the meantime. Okay, so we got two here. Fallen leader and rejected by blood. Oh, okay. So we're going to get into this, but we do have a question in the chat. Let's see. Heidi. Bundrick, reach out. Okay. Heidi. Will Bundrick reach out? Let's see. Let's ask the pendulum. Will Bundrick ever reach out to Heidi, Spirit? Hmm. Well, this is interesting, Heidi, because it went in circles. So there's something here. Maybe you guys were back and forth. Could be a no contact situation or something. But it's going between yes and possibly. So, yes, they may possibly reach out. It keeps hitting on Monday. So, yes, possibly he may reach out. And then it's also hitting the Pisces. Is that Pisces? No, that's not Pisces. Sorry, I gotta look closer, guys. The Gemini. It's hitting the Gemini Monday, and yes, possibly. Mm-hmm. The Gemini sign. You're welcome, Heidi. You're a Gemini, Heidi? Okay, well, that makes sense. Good. Well, I'm glad that resonated. Okay, guys, I'm going to go through these cards here. And if we don't have any other questions, when I'm done, I'll go ahead and do our affirmations and close out. So this makes sense here, this one that we got, because I got the misused gifts earlier. So this one, the fallen leader, says that you once held power. So status, voice, command. Okay. Um, and earlier we got that you had power, right? And that you were highly gifted. So this makes sense. So you either your ego or some sort of betrayal led to your fall, your downfall, okay? And then you returned. And now you're not meant to dominate, you're meant to lead with wisdom, okay? So that's why it's fallen leader. So you're ready to rise again differently. That makes sense with the misused gifts because we got a similar. You choose to use your gifts this time with your heart, not your agenda, okay? So if you've always kind of felt like, even if maybe you weren't in this life, literally a leader in title or something, but you feel like you've always sort of been leader or had that mentality, that could stem from this in a past life, okay? And we got rejected by blood. So your own family turned against you, okay? You felt very outcast, disowned, and this created a very deep wound in you, an ancestral wound, okay? And this you're carrying in this lifetime as well. You may have experienced it again in this lifetime, but you're the cycle breaker. Okay. You are the cycle breaker and you don't need their approval to be whole. So somebody needed to hear that. Okay. Rejected by blood. And I'm sorry if you are experiencing that. Oh, that makes sense, Heidi. Yeah, the back and forth. Oh, I'm sorry. Hi, MK 1020. Oh, Scorpio. Do you want to turn that into a yes no question, MK? Or did you want to do a deeper one? I'm doing the deeper readings for tips or donations. So the information's in the links and on my card. But if you want to turn it into a yes no question about your career, then those are free. Let me know. And if you do tip, let me know on what platform, Ko-Fi or Cash App. And I'm sorry you're feeling stuck. Hi, EQ. Welcome back. That's the second alley I've gotten. Oh, thank you, Dylan. Appreciate it. Let me know if you had another question, Dylan, or if you want me to do a past life poll. Okay, EQ. Does Allie want to marry her boyfriend? Let's see. Does Allie want to marry her boyfriend, Spirit? Yes, EQ. Allie wants to marry her boyfriend. Okay, Dylan, yeah. Let's dive into it. We'll get the love deck out. And pull from the other for a clarifier too, see if we get a time frame. Love deck might give us one too, but let's see. For Dylan's spirit. Ooh. Interesting. We got someone is trying love, magic, or spells, Dylan. Do you think someone could be? I'm not getting this. Do you think someone's trying to like block your love life, Dylan? Let's see. Respect came out. Oh, I just got the chills. Karmic lesson. Yeah, I think you might have like I don't know if this is envy or like a hater, Dylan, but someone I think someone's trying to like block something for you. See what else. Fire sign came out. That makes sense because remember we got Sagittarius. That is a fire sign. Oh, engagement, Dylan. Friend zone. Okay, so you might feel friend zoned. This could be something that kind of keeps happening. This is some sort of a karmic lesson due to this block that you have. Okay. But love is in the air. This is going to start off as something casual, lead to you living together, and eventually an engagement, Dylan. Look at that. Yeah. It's coming in for you. Let's see if we can get we said by your birthday. I want to see if anything else. I just saw the September card. Let's see if it actually falls out. Australia. So Australia is somehow significant. I don't know if you've been there, want to go there. Maybe they'll be from there or have something to do with Australia. Hey, Batty, welcome. Hi, cosplaying, welcome. I got you on the Q cosplay. I'm not sure, Dylan. Let's see. Effort is a reflection of interest. No, I don't think it's the same person that you've been friend zoned by. But we keep getting fire sign come up for you. You got Sagittarius, fire sign. So keep an eye out for that. And anything involving Australia. It could also just be it's international, but Australia specifically came out. Yeah, look, there's some sort of block. It could be your own mental block, but we got this. Someone's trying love or magic spells. Do you have a conflict with someone maybe that would want to do this? Let's see what else comes out. Yeah, look, the magician. There's some black magic here, Dylan. You may need a cleanse. Yeah, there's some magic with the K here going on. Mm. Yeah, so right now is a period of you focusing on and improving on yourself. It makes sense 'cause I know you're going through all this stuff with your career. Yeah, look, we got a lot of change, which is changing you emotionally as well. So maybe you've been feeling lonely. It's here for you, but for some reason you've had that block, and that might be why you kept getting friend zoned. Oh, confirmation for my fur baby. Excuse any background noise, guys. Yeah, again, wands, fire energy. You got the lovers card, Dylan. And look, an arrow tattoo, which is for Sagittarius. Yeah, you got a Sagittarius coming in for you. I don't know if you know any, but yeah, a female Sagittarius. Oh, yeah, you've been, I don't know if you're praying or trying to manifest this. You're ready. Yeah, this is like you kind of prepared for battle. Maybe you've been through it in this department. You've been preparing for this. You feel like you are ready, like you're in a place in your life, you're emotionally ready, like you would be good in a relationship. And you feel like you're emotionally ready as well. Yeah, look at the lover's card, and she's got the Saggy tattoo. That's confirmation from spirit. So keep an eye out for feminine, female Sagittarius. Okay, I'm catching it. Okay, cosplay. I'm writing for the queue. Does Mara have good intentions romantically? Okay, so cosplay. And the name was okay. It is interesting, Dylan. It can be, and sometimes we think that it would have to be like an ex or something crazy. I know you said you don't have exes, but it doesn't always have to be. This can be someone you worked with. It could be a neighbor, someone you encountered that for some reason maybe you rubbed the wrong way or you had a conflict with, or they're envious of you. It could be anyone. I'm great cosplay. Thank you. That could be Dylan. Thank you, Batty. I appreciate that. Dylan. Oh, your ex friend Keegan is a Sagittarius. Oh, yeah. You, I would recommend Dylan, and if you want help with this, let me know. Um, you can shoot me an email even if you want. My email is in my bio on YouTube. If you're not sure where, and I'll direct you. But the information's on my site as well. but we can do a complete cleanse. And I also have guides if you want to attempt it on your own, but where you can do a cleanse, even a cord cutting if needed. We'd want to tap in a little more to see. But definitely, I mean, you can even sage yourself, do a salt bath. But what Batty was recommending, you wearing the evil eye is a good idea, or whatever you feel um, for protection. If you have any black stone, obsidian, anything like that, that would be good too for you to like carry with you. Wear. Oh yeah, if they're jealous, that might be. Hi, Nobby. Is them all thinking of reconciliation? Okay, reconciliation. Okay. All right, so we got cosplay and Nobby on the queue. Oh, interesting, Dylan. She has an arrow tattoo on her arm. Oh my gosh. It doesn't. That might be her then. Look, this one is a bow and arrow tattoo on her arm or shoulder, right in that area. The cards don't lie. Hello again, Heidi, unless that's a different Heidi. Oh, that makes sense, though. And that's all it takes, once people see you improving or, whatever the case may be. Dylan, so Sagittarius is November, December. Yeah, black tourmaline as well. Very good. Thank you, Betty. Hello again, Centric. Did you send the tip? If you did, let me know on which platform and I can tap in again. All right, let's get into those in the queue here. So we've got cosplay and Nabi. So cosplay, does Mariah have good intentions romantically? Does Mariah have good intentions with cosplay romantically experience? Yes, cosplay. They have good intentions with you romantically. And Nabi. A mall. Okay. For Nabi's, a mall want reconciliation. Let's see. Kind of going in circles. Possibly Nabi. It's going to possibly. See if it touches on anything else. I'm getting that there's some anger there, Navi. So possibly, but there's some anger. I don't know if that's on your part or their part, but it needs to be worked through. Oops. You're welcome, cosplay. You too. Thank you for joining. My candle went out and everything. You're welcome, Navi. Good. I'm glad that resonated. Okay, guys. Let me know if we have any last minute tippers. We're going to go ahead and close the free yes no now. If anyone else tipped, let me know on which platform, and then I'll answer your question or poll for you. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and pull our affirmations for us. Remember too, if you're not subscribed, just subscribe and turn on notifications so it pops up when I go live so that you don't miss anything. And your girl is not monetized yet. Hopefully soon. We're getting very close to 1,000 subscribers, y'all, which is exciting. Thank you very much for all the support. And hence the tips. So hopefully soon you guys will be able to just click the button. So in the meantime, that's our little workaround. Remember, if you want to book a private reading, more detailed reading, sanctuary444.com. If you want to book any of my services, G-Witch on retainer for spiritual guidance, cleanses, ritual work, anything like that. All the information is in my bio and on the website, sanctuary444.com. Did you submit a tip, Maddie? Let me know if you did and on what platform. Yes, very exciting. Oh, yeah, she could be Scorpio or Sagittarius then, Dylan. Because Scorpios go into November as well. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. And some updates. So I am going to go live tomorrow. So make sure to keep an eye out. Again, make sure your notifications are on. What else is coming up? Still working on the Reiki certification thing, guys. For others, I'm already certified, but if you want to take the course and get certified, so I'm going to be offering that soon as well. So stay tuned. Yeah, I think that's it as far as announcement goes. You know, you guys can become members on my site as well if you want kind of more behind the scenes with G. Yeah. All right. So, Spirit wants you to know and affirm these things. I am abundant. I am worthy. I am focused. I release all negativity. I surrender. I am enough. Check out my Affirm It With Me series of shorts, the playlist. It's a free one on YouTube. Great if you want, morning affirmations, evening affirmations, money affirmations. I have all, different kinds in that series. So someone needed to hear it. So again, affirm it. I am abundant. I am worthy. I am focused. I release all negativity. I surrender. I am enough. Hey, Ankita. Okay, guys. So if y'all don't have any other tip questions, then I think we will close there. I know, Kita, you just joined us. Yes, PP, affirm it. Yes, Dylan, affirm it. Wonderful. Whew. Okay, you guys. So affirm those things. Remember who you are. Of course, you are worthy. Each and every one of you beautiful souls who join me. Thank you so much. Special, special thanks to my regulars. Thank you for being here with me. And for those of you who tipped, thank you so much for your generosity and your support. Everything's appreciated. Your likes, your comments, your subscribes, your tips, everything. Okay. You guys are all very special to me. And I'm so excited to go into the next chapter with you guys. Our community is growing every day. So it's very exciting. I love hearing your stories, your updates. So keep them coming. Like I said, all the information you need to contact me is in the bio on my page. Okay. So until next time, sending you light, love, and healing. And I hope this helped. Thank you. Oh, Dylan, I just saw that. I'm still here. Thank you, Dylan. Sure. Shoot it. I almost didn't see it. I'm glad I saw it. Oh, a name. A name didn't come through, but let's see. Being called to this deck. Let's see if we can get a name. I'm saying the letter C, but let's see what comes up. Envy. Oh, what was I saying? Lots on you. Do a cleanse. See? Yeah. And we might not be able to get a name until you do your cleanse. Yeah, see, that makes sense. I was saying it's someone that's envious. I am seeing the letter C though. Whoa, 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 whoa. Tell me. Our deepest wounds sometimes contain our greatest gifts. What you seek is seeking you. Yeah, so it's coming out, Dylan. Um, oh, your hometown. Your hometown's significant, Dylan. So maybe this person that's envious it lives near you, is from your hometown. It's also saying you need an ancestor reading. Yeah, and how much came out? Tell me how much. Interesting. Yeah, I'm seeing the letter C. So I don't know. That could be this person that's envious, or it could be, the lover coming through. But you definitely have something here going on, Dylan. You need to cleanse and protection. Hopefully that helps. Oh, see your last name. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, true. I do see it. Corinne, huh? Corinne. Yep. Envious of you for losing weight. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I think, John, after you do your cleanse, we're going to be able to pull a lot more because this, yeah, with the black magic coming out, this envy, it telling you to do a cleanse and all this, there's that block. And like I said, that's not just for me to plug my services to you, because you can do your own cleanse if you feel comfortable doing it. Um, but I can definitely help you with that if you want to. But shoot me a message and let me know. Okay. Yes, see. His ex's name starts with this. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know if that's who is coming in for you, or if that's this envious person, but C came to me. Like I said, I think you need this cleanse first, and we'll be able to pull more information about the future partner. So shoot me a message. Hi, erotic. He could be. Okay, sounds good, Dylan. So now I really will close out, you guys. All right. Again, sending you light, love, and healing. And I hope this helped. Until next time, y'all. Thank you.